If you're ever wondering if I'm up or down on the day, just know that the color of my office is now reflecting it. And Mark has been streaming for, I think, literally 10 hours at this point. Anything but trading at this. I was having such a good week, man. And then Mark just loves to just come in and just... In all seriousness, man, the last month has been super amazing. The problem is, bro, I just dropped a Discord sale and it's closed now. I'm not even trying to promo it. But, dude, so many people just joined the Discord. And then today, I actually had a really good session last night. Came into this morning, completely fucked it up. And then now, of course, it's the next night. This is Thursday night. Fucked it again. And these guys probably think I'm a fucking fraud. I caught out over 50 points on gold in the month of July, which is insane. So recency bias is definitely taking advantage of me right now. But now my birthday's in 6 days. Can't wait to gamble. I already am. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. I'll be dropping just cool shit every day. This was a loss we took this morning. You guys will see. This was a banger setup. I'm covering it up right now, but I can actually move it over. Bro, we had this low that we created on the 15-minute. I really liked it, okay? I had a bullish bias going into the day. Dollar was going down until the dollar fucking completely reversed and started ripping to the moon. You guys know gold inverses the dollar, so if the dollar's going up, not good for gold. But I had a bullish bias, and I really did not want to go against that because you guys know if you play against your bias, you're basically just going to get cooked regardless. I win the trade, and then my bias was wrong, and then now there's a problem of getting my bias every day, and then if I lose it, I go against my bias, and then I should have known all along. But we obviously made this low, and then I started to see we were buying off it. I said, okay, bet. Let me see what happens. Let's see if we can get some buyers coming in here. Once we see the chance, I'll take it, and then we'll see what happens. We made this initial buy up off the low, which you guys can see this green candle right to my left right here. This showed me, okay, wow, there's buyers here. So what we're going to do is now we're going to look for buys going forward. And then we saw this candle next. We actually sold off, bought up off of the low, but it wasn't bullish enough for me to take a shot at it. I was very close to taking longs off of this, but I decided not to. I wanted to see a little bit more sellers come in, and then I want to see buyers really take this low out. And that's exactly what they did. Look at this candle. Look at this candle. Are you telling me you're not taking this trade as a supply and demand? You know, I would say like kind of base trader, like that's like my base, like default class. This is a perfect setup, like one of the best setups I've seen in a very long time. Yes, I was playing against the trend, which of course on gold is not a good thing to do. But, for example, most people maybe would have gotten here or would have gotten here. I waited, got a better entry than both of them, and it got the best confirmation I've seen in a very long time. And it obviously didn't play out because I'm making this video. It's just been a mess, man. And even you look at a setup like this, man, like, yes, I took this trade, I caught a banger, but look at that chop, man. Gold has just been so all over the place of recent. It obviously does have a lot to do with the news that's coming out. There's a tariff deal every single day that's just fucking up the dollar, fucking up gold more than anything. But I still have been making the most out of it. And if you guys have, I don't know if any of you guys are gold traders, let me know in the comments. But, you look at our time frame on gold and, it's extremely, extremely, extremely bearish. Like, we have been more bearish than I've ever seen gold be, and I've only been taking longs this last I think 2 weeks, so I'm catching the best moves when they do happen. But man, it's just so easy to play shorts right now, and I haven't been doing it, and I'm feeling kind of regretful now. But then it gets to the point where it's like, we've been dropping for so long. I mean, longs are low-key starting to be good. And when you're trading, there's always going to be shit like that. In reality, this 4-hour stuff does not matter. We're day traders, unless you're trading the hourly time frame, the 4-hour time frame. You're never going to see this stuff, and it's never really going to matter because we're trading so micro. But macro is important, man. And look at the dollar. This is what I was talking about. And I have a long bias, and of course, the dollar is inversing. And, having a long bias is not good when you see the dollar doing this. Look at how complete opposite these basically are. And somehow I've been making it work. I can't lie. But I'm starting to realize, like, bro, I just got to stay with the trend. It's not worth it. And then the one time I play shorts, I get fucking stopped out. I always think about like new traders getting into stuff. When I first got introduced to day trading, I was 15, 16 years old, whatever. This was right before all the GameStop stuff. So like hype was crazy. Right now, there's not a lot of hype within day trading. A lot of people are doing it now, but it's not hype, I would say. And there was a lot of opportunity. This was the first Trump cycle, I believe. I don't even remember. And, the market was doing really well. And it's doing well now, but I feel like it was way more hype back then. It was way more fun to be a day trader. Now it's just getting way too serious, but maybe it's because I'm just, around myself. But dude, I've just been so stacked. I've been playing golf a lot, man. I've just been trying to get good. It's like my passion. It's what keeps me going forward every single day. But outside of that, bro, I really don't have anything right now. I mean, until 2K comes out, I have nothing to play. I just be playing Wordle every day. I'm still studying for my Series 65. I still have this boatload of notes. I have to kind of take some steps back. I realized I was learning too fast. I was studying too much, and I just randomly decided, I was like, let me go back and actually take like one of the first couple tests just to see how I've been doing, because every single section has like 10 different subcategories. Every single subcategory has another quiz. So I went back. I was like, let me just see if I still remember all this stuff. I don't. So now I can realize, I'm like, bro, it's not worth it to just speed through this. I'm going to take it slow. I can afford to. And, when the time comes, I'll be able to take this trade or take this test. Fuck! And it'll be fine. So I think so far it's been pretty solid, but Man, it's just been a mess, man. Like being a financial advisor, I mean, I would say it's pretty easy if this is all I have to do to pass it, but you definitely have to know your shit. And there's so much that I've realized, like as a, I hate calling myself a profitable trader, but as someone who makes money in the markets, like it's so weird to like think like I've been doing this like and I don't know any of this stuff. It makes me feel like a casual, which I am, so you don't need to know a lot about financials to be a good day trader, but I really do enjoy it. I'm kind of a nerd. I don't know. Tomorrow's Friday. I don't know if I'm gonna trade. Honestly, I just kind of feel like crap. We'll see though. Later.